Alright, picture this. It's January 1st. You wake up with a surge of motivation, ready to conquer the world. This year is my year, you tell yourself. You've got your resolutions lined up: get fit, save money, maybe finally learn a new language. You're feeling unstoppable. Fast forward to February 1st, your gym shoes are collecting dust, you've dipped into your savings account for that late night online shopping purchase, and you wake up next to a box of Dominoes you ordered at 3 a.m. the night before. Sound familiar? This happens to so many of us, and that's why today, I want to unpack a pretty bold claim. New Year's resolutions are dumb. Not because setting goals is bad. It's not. But because waiting for January 1st to start working on yourself is like waiting for the stars to align to make dinner. Totally unnecessary and wildly inefficient. So today, we're going to break this all down. First, what New Year's resolutions even are, and why they're such a big thing. Second, why they fail, and let's be honest, most of them do. And third, why you don't need January 1st or any specific date to start improving your life. Stick around because I think this is going to shift the way you think about goals altogether. So, what are New Year's resolutions? At their core, they're promises we make to ourselves. This year, I'm going to lose weight. This year, I'm going to quit smoking. This year, I'll finally get my act together and stop procrastinating. They're essentially a to-do list for self-improvement, timed to the start of the new year. But let's take a step back. Why do we do this? Why do so many of us feel this intense need to hit the reset button every January? It's kind of fascinating if you think about it. A big part of it comes from this cultural idea of the new year being a fresh start. There's something psychologically powerful about a clean slate. It's the same reason we get excited about Mondays, or more realistically, pretend Mondays are a good time to start fresh. The start of a new year feels like the ultimate do-over. But the problem with this mindset is that it puts so much weight on a single moment in time, as if the universe is saying, alright, here's your one chance to turn things around. And that's a lot of pressure. For some people, this works. For a while. The new year rolls in and they're pumped. They've got their vision boards, their planners, their Pinterest-worthy goals, but for most people, that enthusiasm fades fast. Let me tell you a quick story to illustrate this. A couple of years ago, my friend John decided that his New Year's resolution was to get in shape. He went all in. He bought a gym membership and a bunch of clothes, ready to start the new year off strong. For the first 2 weeks, he crushed it. He was at the gym every day, meal prepping like a pro, posting motivational quotes on Instagram. By week 3 though, life happened. Work got busy, he skipped a couple of workouts, and then he figured, well, I already messed up, so what's the point? By February, he had completely given up. And here's the thing, John's story isn't unique. Studies show that around 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February. 80%. That means only 1 in 5 people actually stick to their goals for more than a month. Why is that? Well, that brings us to the second part of this video, why New Year's resolutions are kind of pointless. Let's get one thing straight. January 1st is just another day. There's no magical reset button that suddenly makes you more disciplined, more motivated, or more capable. If you weren't ready to start on December 31st, what's going to change overnight? Absolutely nothing. Waiting for a specific date to start working on yourself is just procrastination in disguise. Think about it. If something is really important to you, why wait? Imagine if we treated parts of our lives like, oh, I'll start eating vegetables next year. I'll start paying my bills in January. It sounds ridiculous, right? Another big issue is that most resolutions are way too ambitious. I'm going to lose 50 pounds. I'm going to save $100,000. I'm going to write a novel in a month. These are big, scary goals that can feel overwhelming. And when you inevitably hit a roadblock, it's so easy to get discouraged and give up altogether. Even when people set realistic goals, they often don't have a plan to back them up. It's one thing to say, I'm going to get in shape. It's another thing to map out how you're going to do it. What workouts you'll do, what days you'll do them, what you'll eat, how you'll stay accountable. Without a plan, resolutions are just wishes. Here's the harsh truth. Motivation doesn't last. That burst of energy you feel in January, it's temporary. Real change comes from discipline and consistency, not riding from the wave of New Year's hype. So, if New Year's resolutions don't work, what's the alternative? How do you actually make meaningful changes in your life? The best time to start is today. Not January 1st, not next Monday, right now. Right now. If you have a goal, take the smallest possible step toward it today. Want to eat healthier? Add 1 vegetable to your dinner tonight. Want to save money? Skip the coffee run tomorrow. Progress doesn't have to be dramatic, it just has to start. Instead of setting big, lofty goals, focus on the habits that will get you there. Want to lose weight? Focus on building the habit of exercising regularly or cooking at home more often. Want to save money? Build the habit of tracking your spending. Habits are the foundation of long-term success. One of the biggest mistakes people make with resolutions is treating them as all or nothing. If they mess up once, they feel like they failed. But failure is part of the process. The key is to learn from it, adjust, and keep going. Finally, make sure your goals are actually things you care about, not things you think you're supposed to care about. If you're only setting a resolution because everyone else is doing it, you're not going to stick with it. New Year's resolutions aren't inherently bad, but the idea of waiting for a specific time to start working on yourself, that's what's holding so many people back. You don't need a new year, a new month, or even a new week to start fresh. Every day is an opportunity to make a change, no matter how small. So, instead of waiting for January 1st, ask yourself, what's one thing I can do today to move closer to my goals? Start there. You know, as much as I just ranted about New Year's resolutions and how they're overrated, I'd be lying if I said I don't use the start of the year as a time to reflect on where I'm at and where I want to go. I'm all about setting goals, but I try to think of them as ongoing, not something I just want to commit to in January and forget by March. I want to upload at least 3 times a week. Now, that might be easy, but trust me, it's a challenge. Between coming up with ideas, scripting, filming, editing, and everything else, it's a lot. But I love doing this. I love connecting with you all, sharing my thoughts, and hopefully giving you something to think about. So, holding myself accountable and sticking to a consistent upload schedule is a huge priority for me. Another big one for me this year is making more of an effort to live in the present. I'm the kind of person who's always thinking about the next thing, whether it's the next video, the next project, or the next milestone I want to hit. And while it's great to be driven, it's also exhausting. I've realized that sometimes I'm so focused on the future that I miss what's happening right now. So this year, I'm trying to slow down a little bit, put my phone away more often, spend quality time with the people I care about, and just be. It's harder than it sounds, but I'm working on it. Those are my 2 big ones for now, staying consistent here on YouTube and being more present in my day-to-day life. And honestly, these aren't resolutions in the traditional sense. They're just things I know I need to work on, and I'm starting now. Not waiting for some perfect moment or magical burst of motivation, just doing the work little by little. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Till next time, take care, and keep pushing forward.